Hello, my quilting friends. My name is Leah Day, and welcome back to the Friendship Quilt Along. Today, I'm quilting the Scrappy Bear's Claw block and using my Grace Unique 21. Yes, a very big long arm to quilt this block. But I want you to know that the designs I'm using here, you can absolutely quilt this on a smaller long arm or on your home machine. So definitely keep that in mind as we get started. So let's get going quilting this beautiful Scrappy block together. So I'm getting started here quilting zippling in the border of this block. So here you can see I'm just zigzagging in. I just really love these zigzaggy shapes, and I just wanted to emphasize that. Now I am using Stitch Regulated Precise. That's the setting that I'm using. If I switch over to Cruise, I think it actually might work a little bit better. So these are just different regulated settings that you can choose. You can do precise or you can do cruise. Cruise means that the machine's going to needle up, needle down continually, meaning that even if I'm not using the machine, you can see it still has a slow needle up, needle down, even when I'm not moving. And that can be helpful when you're doing all over quilting designs like this. You can see I'm just kind of taking this zigzaggy design all the way to the edges, kind of all over the quilt. And that can be helpful. When you do Stitch Regulated Precise, the needle stops moving whenever you stop moving the long arm. And that's really more helpful whenever you're doing things like ruler quilting. Okay, so let's talk through the design here. I am keeping this on a fairly small scale, and that is because I'm going to leave like the triangles completely open. I'm not going to quilt anything in those triangles. And I'm not going to quilt anything over the bear's claw. So I feel like I can go just a little bit denser with my zippling design here than I would normally, because I'm leaving nice spaces open in this quilt block, and that's going to make it finish up nice and soft. Now the biggest key with this design, the rule that you want to keep in mind, is just stitch a zigzaggy line that doesn't cross itself. That's just the simple rule behind it. And of course, that's only for this design. You know, you've got other zigzagging designs you can use that you can cross your lines of quilting, so don't get too confused about that. Okay, and so I'm just stitching and securing as I go along that outer edge. That's kind of my victory lap. I just like to secure that as I go, so that way I don't have to go back and do it later. And here's the thing I absolutely love about quilting on my Grace Unique 21, and that is how much amazing space I have in this long arm. I'm able to quilt almost this entire block in one pass, and it's actually, it kind of feels a little bit weird. I'm used to only having about 10 inches to quilt in, and now I've got over 16 inches, so it's pretty awesome. It just feels like I can get a lot more done with a lot less time. And of course, I don't have to advance the quilt through the frame, which also feels great too. So here I'm coming down, and I even have a little bit more space. I can go down all the way to here before my ruler plate hits the bottom rail of the machine. Now, I got a little bit of a blip there. Kind of want to quilt the inside first, not the outer edge. So I'm just going to try and stitch through this. Keep it nice and fluid, keep it nice and flat. So now I want to move into the center section of the block, and as you can see I have this really narrow channel here, and I knew that was going to be tricky, so I went ahead and marked it. Now as for if I can actually quilt on that marked line, I'm not really sure, so this is going to be a fun experiment, but I do think that any time that you have a tricky spot on your quilt where you're just not quite sure how that's going to go, then it's a great idea to mark it on your quilt. And that's going to give you a really good reference line for just what you'd like, how you like to stitch it. And this is the nice thing about marked lines, is that they erase, so that even if I get off of this line wildly, that's okay. You won't know that I meant to stitch, you know, a slightly different line, a little bit less wobbly line, certainly. There we go. Okay, now I can breathe, and I'm going to go back into my zippling design. So just careful stitching. And how I want to do this is I want to work my way around this block, kind of in a circular fashion. Because I have enough room in this long arm, I can do this. You can also do this easily on your home sewing machine too, where I'll basically be able to stitch around this bear claw then back into the center, then back out and around the next bear claw. And I think this is going to work out really fluidly. I really like this zigzaggy texture. Don't want to get too small though, and this is feeling like my lines of quilting are just a little bit close together, but it is a narrow space, so it's kind of, you know, it's hard to make bigger shapes when you only have a little space to stitch them into. So here we go, I'm going to come down. And when I'm thinking about zippling, I'm always thinking of kind of lightning bolt kind of shapes. You know, this is definitely very similar to stippling in that we don't cross our line of quilting. And if you want the absolute simplest version of the design, well, that would just be zigzaggy lines, just like this, just a zigzag. And you can go into this at any time, just a back and forth zigzag, and that's gonna look fine. Don't worry about it. Just like with stippling, you can do U-shapes, just simple curvy U-shapes when you're stippling and getting started, and that looks a-okay too. I covered an entire quilt with that once, and that worked out great. I'm coming down now, and this is, again, tricky spot. I want to be able to hit that line that I've marked and stitch down and into the center, and then stitch back out again. So here we go. I'm getting close. Whenever I have something like this, I just want to kind of keep my eye on it. I think I'm going to go up one more time, and then, yeah, now I'm going to stitch down, connect with that line. That looks good. I'm very happy with that. Not perfectly on the line, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Now I'm going to come to that point, and now come back out again. Oh, so that worked out really, really good. I am really pleased with that. Again, not really breathing all that much. Whoop, wobbled a bit there. That's okay. Not the end of the world. I think that looks really good. There we go. Zigzagging down. And I'm just going to basically repeat the same set of steps. So you can see how I swirled around this bear claw, came into the center and back out. I'm going to do the same thing around this bear claw, into the center and out, and around this one, into the center and out, and back around. So that is my path, how I'm going to go around it. I think I might, yeah, this is the limit of my frame right here. So I'm going to have to get to this point, basically just stitch down a bit, advance the quilt forward. You know, honestly, now that I think about it, I really should have pulled up my thread and started here. That would have been a smarter place to start, because then I could have gone all the way around and ended up over here, and then I would have only had to advance it once. As it is, I'll have to advance it, meaning push the block forward, stitch across this bottom edge, get to about right here, and then pull the quilt back in order to finish this off. So this is just, it's learning, really. You know, when you have this much space even, you know, it seems like a lot of space, but even that is a limitation, meaning I'm going to get to this point, and then I'm going to basically be hitting my bottom rail. I won't be able to go beyond that. So you've got to be thinking always about the space that you have in your frame and how much space that's going to result to as far as how much you can quilt into it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments below. And keep in mind that you can absolutely quilt these designs on your home sewing machine, on a smaller long arm. It really doesn't matter. The key is to practice and to get a lot of experience quilting on the machine that you own right now. Now, if you're interested in long arms and you'd like to learn more about the one I was using today, you can check it out at leahday.com/grace. Until next time, let's go quilt.